All right, I'm here for Dust CS's ongoing coverage of IEM Dallas 2022. I'm here with MOUZ's head coach, Sycrone, coming off of an amazing win over Heroic. So the first thing I wanted to ask you, MOUZ came into that match as huge underdogs. When was the first moment standing beside your team that you felt that the team, you're like, we could really win this and go to the finals?
I think the first moment was when we played Fnatic and we won. And we then played Furia, we played OG, and then as well we won yesterday against Astralis. I mean, we just need a little bit of confidence to get the machine going. And we had like 9 map wins in a row, and then Heroic win 1, but then we're instantly back on it. So I think it was more just a question of the earlier games giving us confidence for this one.
And I think part of that, we talked to Zershan early on the tournament on Monday or Tuesday, I believe, and he said like a big thing coming out of the major is you guys kind of decided you're going to play a lot looser for this tournament. Do you think that's really paying off for you, just to sort of play loose and let it roll into the player break?
Yeah, I mean, for this tournament, obviously getting a decent run in is important because we haven't had any real results so far this year. But really just try to make sure that we enjoy our time here. And the pressure is totally gone, and we just play the game.
And play the game. The boys did, right. Like I think every single map had a star performance from one of the players. You had Dexter going insane on Vertigo. You had JDC having a real star level performance on Overpass, and then Torji really stepped up on the op on Ancient. Looking at this team, I think one of the big goals of MOUZ is sort of almost like as a not a budget. I think what's been called as like a budget super team or a budget phase, where every single player has the potential to have like a superstar game. Is that sort of the goal of MOUZ, where every single player can pop off when they need to?
I think it's a great question. I think we have a really good unit where the team is greater than the sum of its parts, and that's really what we're going for always. And I mean, it's great to have a team where anyone can pop off in any game. I mean, even Dexter, right? I think it's part of the good team culture and team cohesion we have that we're able to do that, and that's more what we're going for instead of just having 5 superstars or 5 budget superstars.
Mm-hmm. And so, for you, you come from MOUZ, and you came up from, you were called up from MOUZ NXT, and despite your, long career as a player and then as a coach, this is your first S tier, huge LAN tournament where you're going to the finals. How does that feel for you in your extended career to finally have that opportunity to be, on the big stage on that Sunday, fighting for the trophy?
I've been waiting for Championship Sunday for a while now, and finally it's here. Feels good.
Sounds really good, and I think a lot of players and teams kind of come into IEM Dallas as the de facto last event before the player break. This year round we have Blast, but this is usually the last event we have before the player break. Yeah. Kind of in an awkward state because they're already considering what they're going to do for the player break. They're exhausted from the major, and there's some added pressure this time around because we have CS2 coming out. I was kind of wondering, this performance, I'm sure, kind of changes the discussion within the team's camp. How does this going to factor into any decision making you have in the player break?
I think one of the big concerns before next season was that we're going to have no points and almost no invites. So having a good result here means that we'll have points to play Cologne, we'll have points to play some of the other tournaments next year. And I think that was the biggest concern that we had to look into over the break. Like, what can we even play at this point?
Mm-hmm. And I think something kind of funny in hindsight with the way this tournament's been going is the fact that Dexter was the sole non-Danish IGL in playoffs. He's really been a subject of criticism, but also of praise for coming from Australia and stepping into this new role. How do you think sort of he rates as a player and as an IGL in your mind in sort of the hierarchy of top tier IGLs?
I think that's a great question. I think earlier you asked me about being like a budget super team, and I think this is maybe no different, that he's just under the radar, but everyone can step up for the given game or the given tournament, and I think you're seeing this here from Dexter.
Mm-hmm. So really the sort of potential to go, to like the next level as a IGL once, not here?
What, sorry?
Sorry, so he like really has the potential to go to the next level, here, you think, and potentially take home the trophy?
Yeah, definitely. I think we can take home that trophy tomorrow.
And I wanted to ask you for the last question. MOUZ hasn't had many chances to be on the main stage this year, unfortunately going out earlier than expected in a lot of tournaments. And I did hear a good number of people, either shouting MOUZ or shouting Dexter after the match. How does that feel to, come to a foreign country and sort of have the crowd backing you, especially for your first time in 2023, really?
It's amazing, honestly. You go on that stage and you're going to play against big names like Astralis or Heroic, and they've been fan favorites for a long time. And that they somehow cheer for you or just cheer for good Counter-Strike I really appreciate that.
All right, sounds good. We're cheering for you guys on Championship Sunday. Thanks so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your event.
Thank you.